podcast stupid. Now it's podcast stupid. Now it's podcast stupid.
Happy Tuesday night, Funsters. Oh no, my wife's leaving me. Oh no. It's Tuesday night. Welcome to Nice Podcast, Stupid. I am your host, Dan, the Dan Man, with the lovely Miss Deb, as always. Debbie, how are you this fine Tuesday? Or actually, it's Thursday. Man, I'm all messed up.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Can I tell you, there's something, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you've got this vibe today, but there's just like a weird thing in the air today that I noticed. I went out after I finished my last meeting of the day. I drove over to Cumberland Farms, kid, little Massachusetts reference for everybody. And, I went over and got a slice of pizza from Cumberland Farms, and I got a fucking big gulp. And so I pull up to Cumberland Farms. And there's these two, should we call them Newports on bikes in front of the door, wearing helmets. And middle of February is not really the time where you want to be out in, Eastern Massachusetts riding around on your bike. But they're all, covered in clothes and helmets on and whatnot, but they're blocking the effing door to Cumberland Farms, which is like a big pet peeve of mine. Get the fuck away from the door.
Right.
Stop blocking it with your bike. And the way they were talking, it sounded like they were trying to catch a train into Boston, or a couple of Moulignans on bikes. Oh, a couple of eggplant parmesans in front of Cumbies.
Wait, here we go. That's the one I wanted.
We're gonna talk. We'll talk about KB in a second. So they're blocking the door, I didn't start anything. I didn't pull a Kevin Brennan and get in their face or anything. I just kind of went around them, but I made sure to open the door very wide to give them the let them know that they were kind of blocking in the fucking way. And then I go in, and the guy coming in, there's a guy coming in behind me. I thought he worked at Cumberland Farms. He had something he was holding, and I thought it was like one of those little pinny things, like a reflector jacket or something, so you don't get hit when it's dark out.
Right.
I figured he was like, I don't know, cleaning out the garbage or whatever, or something in the gas pumps or whatever. But he comes in and he like runs by me frantically, and he's holding something. I was like, wow, this guy must be late from coming back from his break or something.
Right.
And then I could clearly tell he wasn't working there. He was shopping. And the bag was like almost like one of those bags you bring to the beach, like a big old bag that you put a ton of shit in. And he runs over to where the Coke display is. And he's furiously loading in 2-liter bottles of Diet Coke into these bags, like crazy.
Okay.
He must have taken down at least a dozen bottles of Diet Coke, maybe Coke Zero too. I don't know what, but definitely Diet Coke. He's just throwing them in the bag. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on right now? It's just everything seemed off, right? I know there was stuff on CNBC today about inflation is going up even more so now with Trump, with the eggs are going up 50% and the tariffs, and maybe people are doing that. And then I leave Cumberland Farms, and I just like keep my head down. I'm like, I don't want any smoke of whatever's going on with these crazy people today. And I go across the street to the Walmart in Halifax. Now, Halifax, Mass, for anyone that knows Mass, even people from Massachusetts don't know where Halifax is. It's just like a bumfuck little town, white trashy. So you can imagine the Walmart is not the most impressive place in the world. Whatever. But I go in, I wanted to, pick up a couple of things, for the house. I go in, and everybody is just like frantic, moving around. And I'm thinking to myself, is there like a full moon or something going on right now? Like, or is there a zombie attack, or am I missing something here? And sure enough, it was a full moon last night. And if you look outside tonight, it's like almost a full moon. I don't know if that's what it is. Deb, is there anything that you've been hearing, man? Because I just got really weird vibes today.
The only weird vibes I got was from MLC.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
that you know what? That probably set the tone for the weird vibes, because I was coming off of that.
Okay.
I was actually watching the Melton stream today. I think you were as well, Deb.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah. I switched over.
Yeah. Melton is definitely, I think, if there was any doubt, is sort of more, at least has a better sense of humor. Kevin Brennan, man, I don't know what is going on with this guy. Spiraling like crazy, getting in fights at casinos, screaming at cops. Super chats. I said this the other day, guys. People laughed at me. Super chats are drying up, folks. Super chats are way, way down. And then the latest rumor is Mr. Kevin Brennan might be going through a little bit of a divorce situation. Is the rumor situation? Deb, what have you heard? What's the scuttlebutt? Have you heard anything? What are people saying?
People are saying that his wife left him. Now, I don't have any proof of that. That's just kind of the whispers.
Okay.
So
now I heard that she had a smash pad where she would hook up with her boyfriend, because they did a separation.
They
for a
did
while.
A separation a few years ago, and they lived in separate apartments.
Okay. Yeah. So
and he's talked about that. He has spoken about that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then she went at least on one date with somebody, and they took her to they went to Hamilton, and
right.
was whining and dining, or probably took her. She probably had better dates on her 1 month separation from KB that she did in however long they've been together.
Right.
But it seems like there might be some trouble in paradise. That if we're reading the tea leaves, and I don't know how if anyone in the chat knows anything more about this, please let us know. This is all alleged. We don't know this for a fact.
Right.
We don't know it for a fact. We're just asking questions. We're just asking questions. Is Kevin Brennan getting a divorce? We just want to know. Inquiring minds would love to know if Zuli. Well, we don't need to say her name, but the lovely Mrs. Brennan is shopping around for a new hubby. Supposedly, she was dating a doctor for a while, right? Or she had
a Jewish
passionate feelings
neighbor. I think it was a neighbor. Maybe he was a doctor. Aren't they
is
all?
Is he a Shuli or
a Shuli? Yeah, it was a
Shuli.
Shuli.
The Shuli neighbor.
Yeah.
That's better than a Newport, I guess. So you
right.
Code for you. It was funny. I saw some of the Ray stand up at AC, and he must have used this joke a bunch of times, but he called Mommy the original mud shark with Chad there. So that was pretty funny. But tell us a little bit about your escapades in AC, Deb. So you had a little bit of a run-in with the Cabes at the Borgata, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Minor. I had only a few minutes of FaceTime with him. So when I got there, Friday.
Wait, hold on, Dominic. Shuli and Zuli. Line of the day.
Yeah.
Zuli and the Shuli at the smash pad. Okay.
Yeah, he's lucky the cop, but we'll get into the cop thing. I don't know if you have that queued up for later.
I'll get that queued up.
I mean, he only played it 20 times, but we'll play it again.
I think it's on Reddit. I'll try to find it.
He's lucky the cop didn't tease him or worse. I know. I thought maybe he'd get George Floyded, but he got off pretty easy. The cop was the professional for sure. So what
happened? So what happened when you saw him at the Borgata? Set the scene for us. What happened there?
Well, what happened was that was Saturday, and Friday, the only person I had seen, was it Friday? Was probably Shmuel. Oh no, you know what? I wanted to say the first person I ran into when I got in and checked in and got my room, I went up, I changed out of my airport clothes, put something else on, and I wanted to go down and play. So I went down, and when you're in the Borgata, to get to the elevators, there's a security guard. And there's touch pads. So you have to have your room key, touch the pad, it turns green, and they let you go up. So as I'm coming out,
unless you have Stevie Lou to escort you to your room,
right?
In his Merlot leggings, of the security detail.
So as I'm walking out toward the exit from the elevators, I spied somebody very familiar, not related to the AC trip. And I look, and I went right up to him, and it was none other than Fred from Brooklyn.
And for those that don't know, Fred from Brooklyn, a very famous Cumia ball washer, who's been at the
friend of Cumia and Joe Cumia and everybody, and OG O&A people know who Fred from Brooklyn is. And he used to call in. He used to call into Ron and Fez a lot. So he's been around for a long time. I think he dipped his toes in podcasting many moons ago.
One of the best chimney sweeps in the tri-state area. Fred from Brooklyn.
Yes, wonderful guy, super nice. He was thrilled that he got recognized. I don't think he ever gets somebody comes up to him and says, "Hey, is this Fred from Brooklyn?" But anyhow, so that was the first person I ran into, not related to the AC gathering. And then I ran into Saturday some other people, and Rocco and Melton, Tito Hank, Jason Bentley, the lovely ladies, KB, Culligans, all kinds of people. Mommy was there. She gave me the shirt I'm wearing today. This is the
The Ray DeVito special,
Ray
Interstate 80.
DeVito Interstate 80 killer shirt, which I love. Thank you, mommy. And so we're all kind of like, we kind of camped out in the lobby bar. That's where everybody kind of met up, came and went throughout the whole weekend. And I had just gotten back from the steakhouse. A friend met me there. We went to the steakhouse. He went back to his room to rest. And I really didn't want to bring a friend involved in like the hackverse nonsense. I really didn't. So I didn't introduce my friend to anybody there. We kind of did separate things. We gambled and did things like that. But somebody says to me,
Did you explain to him the hack verse?
not
and
really. It's too difficult to explain, honestly. How do you explain it? How do you
there was
sum
a
it
show
up?
called The Howard Stern Show, and there was this guy, Stuttering John, and now middle-aged men fixate on him and do YouTube shows, and yeah, it's a nightmare.
No, I just said it's a comedy. Everybody's fans of this one
Ooh, a
comedian.
male friend. Ooh.
No, it's not that way.
Anything we should be sharing here?
No, actually, he's a piazza. So no, he had his own room but so everybody was kind of milling in the lobby area in like different groups. I guess maybe there was like 20 or 30 of us spread apart. And somebody says to me, "Oh, Kevin Brennan's back there behind you." And he was a little bit away, like against a wall that was there. So I turn around and I go up to him and I have the hats because I brought the merch down.
Who is he with? Was he with Stevie Lou and Snorcerer?
Was he? I think it was maybe with Stevie Lou. You know what? It happened so fast. So he was there and he was standing with someone else, and it happened so fast. I'm not sure who he was with. So I turned around and I grabbed two of the beanies because I wanted to give him the beanies in each color so that he had it, like when he rides his bike and different things like that. I also was going to go grab a coffee mug because I had borrowed a beach buggy wagon from Shmuel. And I had to.
Of course, Shmuel had the fucking wagon.
Well, Shmuel has a beach house out there on the shore. So they brought all their luggage up in that. And he was kind enough to lend it to me. And because I had some of the gift bags prepared, but more people were down there. So I had gone up and got more stuff. And I was kind of making the bags on the fly. So I grabbed the two beanies to give to Kevin. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hi, Kevin. I'm Deb with Nice Podcast Stupid." Handed him the beanies and he looked at him and he says, he's looking, how they say DWO, Dan World Order. So he looks at them and he goes, "Dan World Order." He goes, "Well, what about Deb World Order?" And I said, I laughed and I said, "Oh, that's the next batch, the next run." So that was kind of it. And all of a sudden, didn't have a chance to say anything else to him because he walked away and he starts going off on Grant Heberger, who is Carl from WATP's brother. And he says, I told you not to come here. You're not welcome. You're here to start trouble, and he's just kind of going off on Grant, who, by the way, Grant and his wife, Christina, are lovely people. They were there last year, apparently, and everything was fine and dandy. They were buying last year, like, snacks and chicken wings and, for, like, the group. And Grant looked shocked. Everybody else was shocked. Nobody filmed it. I was standing off to the side from Kevin Brennan. And Tukey, aka Rocco, was there. Melton, Stevie Lou was near Kevin. So I think, Stevie Lou was standing with Kevin initially.
By the way, Mama B says, "Deb, you're a class act and a mensch.
Oh,
anyone who fucks with you has to answer to me."
Oh, thank you.
KB says she was standing right there as well. So
I do too. I wish I had recorded it. I just remember him saying, like, "You're not welcome, that you're there to start trouble. You shouldn't have come here." And Grant, like, looked shocked. He just didn't even know what to say. And we were all shocked. None of us filmed it. And I figured maybe at the end, like Melton or Patrick Melton or Tukey might have filmed it. And I think we were all just kind of taken aback. So then when he's done, he looks at me, hands me back the hats and goes, "Yeah, you can keep these. I don't want them." And he scurried off with Stevie Lou and Chad.
By the way, did you say what he said? What he called Grant or he said your F word bitch brother or something like that, or
something like that. Yeah, he said something like that to Grant.
F you and your F word bitch brother. Yeah,
something. Yeah.
Real classy.
Your F word and not fuck, but the piazza word. So and he walked off. I guess he went up to his room, and that was the end of him. And I was disappointed because I was looking forward to meeting him. I was trying to be thoughtful. I thought about him with the hats. I wanted to give them to him. Not that like you have to be like, "Oh wow, you gave me a hat," but just the way he kind of handed them back, and I was like, "Wow, you really are kind of a dick." And I had talked about this Saturday. I went on Pat Dixon's show because when I went back to my room for the night, I vented to you and I vented to Pat Dixon, and Pat said, "You want to come on?" And I said, all right, I had already gotten in bed to watch TV. And I said, all right, yeah. And I'm just let down, I guess. I know he's a curmudgeon. I know he's a grump. I know that's his brand. I know he picks fights with people.
And he seemed like the only person that couldn't like everybody else seemed pretty chill, right?
Everybody else was chill. Everybody was chill. I can't say a bad word about anybody else that I met there.
Even Rob Saul of all people. How did
even Rob Saul? Let me just finish. We'll wrap up with Kevin.
Sure.
I had just always, my opinion was Kevin was a lovable, surly Irishman. There's the gregarious, happy Irishman, and there's the grumpy, surly. But I always thought of him as like a grump with a heart of gold, because he's always given chances to like Chad and Stevie Lou and different people that he cast aside. And I just was disappointed because I did want to, I don't know if I wanted to hang out with him, but I mean, I just wanted to talk to him a little bit for a couple minutes. And the way he handed me the hats back, he was like dismissive. So I gave the hats I think I gave one to Rocco and one to Johnny Carson. There's a chatter called Johnny Carson, and he's the one, he was wearing it in the picture on Twitter, that he shared today. So I was disappointed in Kevin, and I was disappointed more on Saturday. And then I said, you know what? Maybe you just caught strays, because he just finished yelling at Kevin. I mean, not Kevin, at Grant. So maybe you're just collateral damage and I don't really take too much personally anyway. So that was it. And that was the only time I ever saw him. I didn't go up to the room. I was invited up to the room. Tio Hank was like, come on, come up to the room. I was not interested. No offense to you guys that went. I didn't go to Atlantic City to sit in a hotel room and be squished on Kevin Brennan's bed and be with everybody farting in his bed that he got to sleep in that night. No, and but I met, like I said, Jason Bentley, great guy, big like George, a good old boy, nice guy in the world. Tio Hank, another big guy, larger than life, energetic. He's great. Bill from Jersey, a sweetheart. All the ladies were lovely, all of them. Every last person was lovely. Really, I had no bad experiences. I can't wait to do it again. I'd like to see everybody. You know who surprised me? And was different than my expectations was Mommy.
Okay, tell us more.
Okay.
It's funny. I think a lot of people are dying to she is sort of a mysterious character because there's all like rumors about her. There's all like, the mythology around her, and she's annoying and she's got filters and she's this and she's that. And then Vince, the lawyer, was saying that her husband does rub and tugs and there's just all kinds of stuff floating around about her. What can you tell us about the lovely FKA mommy.
Oh, and Mint Diggity is cool, and I'll bring him up in a little bit. He's a cool dude too, and he's the reason I ran into Rob Saul. But mommy, I thought was gonna be like titties out, not literally, but titties out, swinging them in everybody's face, over the top, dressed like sexy, sexy, sexy. Couldn't be further from the truth. She was dressed classy and casual at times, very, very friendly, and much more subdued than I expected. So, and I want to thank her for this cool shirt. I like wearing it, and it'll be cool to see people ask me questions out and about.
Can I ask you
the
one
shirt.
question though about mommy?
Yeah.
Did she have
Big fucking tits.
I actually sort of saw them because she was telling us about a tattoo. It was myself. Who else was there?
the
Myself.
one she has between her tits?
Yeah, and she said she's getting some tattoos removed. So I said, "Oh, can I see the? Can I see
Can I see the tits? Hey, mommy, can I see the tits?
Can I see your big fucking tits?" No,
Your
I wanted
big-
to see. I wanted to see the tattoo. So she had a.
I want to see the tattoo too.
Yeah. So, and she had started the removal process, and I was curious what that was like, and how much had faded on
Everybody's
it.
getting their tattoos removed now. What's his
guess it's-
face?
Who else?
The guy that used to date Ariana Grande,
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson. He's got all his. And here I am. I never got a tattoo in my life, and I end up being the smartest person of all.
All
it's just-
fads come and go, just like remember tribal,
Oh,
tribal and barbed wire.
when you see somebody with one of those barbed wire tribal it's so funny. Like you could tell, like, oh yeah, I know you're probably back in the late 90s, you were in college or something, you were partying and you wanted to be Goldberg. Yeah, those are the worst. So she whipped him out and showed you the.
She didn't really whip him
She
out.
showed you the mommy.
She had a hoodie on, and she pulled it up, and she just showed a bra on. I mean, she showed me I could see that she just kind of pulled him a little bit, showed me the tattoo. It was like a scroll, like a scroll tattoo, ancient scroll. Or as the Jews say, that, like, what was it?
The Torah.
The Torah. She got the Torah.
The Torah between her titties.
Oh. And also I saw Chad. Chad did show up, and
What was Chad like when you met him?
This is the third time go around. He was
you
friendly.
met him.
I've met him.
I've
seen him at 2 shows already. This is my 3rd time, and everybody was nice to him. He was in a good mood. He looked good. He's lost weight, obviously. He looked good. He wasn't drunk or anything. And I got some stuff. Let's see.
We doing it?
We doing it.
Nice.
I got the Z-Man one, but I left it downstairs. But I also got TM Zumach and the hottest commodity, the pack.
Oh, the
lanyards.
The lanyards.
Yeah.
So you got me one, right? You have one.
I did.
I'm going to put it right below that Mullen sign over there. We're going to we'll have the Kill Kevin as part of our memorabilia.
Yeah, I got to get another one from Chad because Mr. Kill wants one too, so I'm going to get another one from Chad. Then I got, let's see. Well, I got the shirt I showed you, and I got from T.O. Hank. I'm trying to not.
Oh, that Tuna Town
and Kevin Brennan, and then the MLC 2024 second annual. So he forgot he didn't change the year, but that's fun. Second annual Super Bowl meetup, Atlantic City. All right.
Mama B, are you a guy? Are you a dude? Metal says Dan, Rob, and Deborah, the only ones I'd have a beer with. Well, thank you, Metal.
Thank you, Metal.
There's a lot of people I'd have a beer pretty much with anybody that's in the audience here.
I would too.
I even have a beer with Kevin Brennan, even if he's an asshole. I give everybody a fair shot.
I give everybody a fair shot, and this is going to lead me to Rob Soul, and I give everybody a second chance or third chance, whatever. I really do. I'm not here to hate on people. I'm not here to create drama. And, and I'll talk about Rob Saul in a second. Now, Kay says, Tia was handing out envelopes. Yes, that's the envelope. I ended up with like 4 of those. So if you want, I'll throw in some stickers, Dan. And
send me all the goodies. I'd love to see the get a whole package.
Yeah, and apparently Teamster Tim had a shirt for me, but I was in the sports book for the whole Super Bowl. Oh God, poor Rob. That was when he was mocking me. He did apologize. So what happened was
I'm Deb. I'm a ugly bitch.
I'm Pat from Saturday Night Live. I'm Deb, yeah. All right, well, that's what Deb is.
Oh, but you guys buried the hatchet though. So you're cool. So tell us how that went down.
And it's funny. Before he got there, I was sitting at one of the back wall tables, and
what a loser! Deb's a loser.
I think he was talking about Rob. I hope. I like Leo Gunn, but so what happened was I didn't expect Rob Saul to be there, and people said fuck Rob Saul and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, fuck Rob Saul. I sang that Saturday, right? And when after this whole thing with Grant and Kevin and all that, people were milling about, and I was talking to this nice couple called the Culligans and their husband and wife, Katie and Ken Culligan, and I gave them merch too. I promised them.
Does she really have red hair, or was that?
She does, yeah. It's like it's dyed. I mean, it's like a bright red. But she's real cool.
I saw her liking some of my tweets. I'm like, who's this? And then I realized, oh, there's a Mr. Culligan. So I won't slide in those DMs, and not that I was going to anyway, but they seem like lovely people. So that's cool.
Everybody was, and I saw Winby and his girlfriend.
Kayla, is that her name?
Kayla, yes, Kayla and Winby and John DiCaprio, and he was great. And
we call him Blade on this show. He goes by Blade.
I like Winby. I've been calling him Winby.
I would never call him Blade.
Never call him Blade. I'm sorry, John. I call him Winby.
Winby is great. Winby's the perfect name for him. I love Winby.
So then I always called him by like Stalin and Riles. I always call Rails, or and he was there too. Another nice guy. But so I was talking to Winby and the Culligans.
There's somebody else I'm going to ask you about in a second too. You know that, right? We'll keep talking about Winby first.
So I was talking to Winby, and I'm going to get into Rob Saul's story.
Yes.
So then I'm talking to Culligans, and I'm at the end of the bar that leads to the lobby out. And somebody comes up to me and goes, Rob Saul's here. I go, oh, really? So are you going to go talk to him? I said, I was like, why? Right? So, oh, come on, you should talk to him. So I said, all right. So he's all the way at the other end of the bar. He's live streaming. I didn't know that. He had his his back is to me. So I walk in ready for this to go either way. So I walk in.
He looked good, right? He had the spray tan going. He looked like he got his hair did.
His hair was. I didn't notice the spray tan. I really didn't. He had like a Western kind of shirt, and I teased him because I said, you had some nerve. You called me Pat, and you're wearing her shirt, but because it looked like, remember, Pat used to wear the Western shirt.
Oh yes.
and Mint Diggity, keep Mint Diggity up here a second. Mint Diggity was the guy that I posted on Twitter wearing the white hat with the thumbs up. Okay, that's Mint Diggity.
There were a lot of Dan fans in AC, a lot of NPS Dan and Deb fans. Mint Diggity, Johnny
Carson, Flimsy Greenberg was there. Kinky Loco.
Kevin Soundboard, another big NPS fan. Kevin
Soundboard. Oh, I have to talk about him too. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's the other person you were going to ask me about.
Let's hear more about the Rob first.
So Mint Diggity, who I never got his first name, so I guess he's Mint until I ask him later. But Mint Diggity actually picked Rob Saul up and brought him to the Borgata. And yes, I do think Rob showed balls showing up there because there weren't as many Rob Saul fans, in attendance.
Slapping tits and grabbing mitts. Oh,
All right, Mint says his name is Mint, so I'm gonna go with that. But Mint Diggity actually picked him up, and he came and he showed up and he had on like a brown leather jacket, like a nice good one that you would wear like to ride like a motorcycle, one of those like a crotch rocket motorcycles, the Jap bikes. And he did get some ribbing. He had a crossbody man bag, and but I get it because he doesn't drive and he has to carry around, your wallet, your keys, your phone, and different things like that. So I walked up behind him and I go, Rob Saul. And he was live streaming and he turned around and we just like, that was it. The beef was squashed. He was live streaming. So let me buy you a drink. And we talked everything out and everything is good. And I hung out with him downstairs in the lobby bar Saturday night. At one point, it was Miami, Rob, and I, because everybody had gone up to KB's room.
so you were hanging out with like the persona non grata table, like
I guess so, because Mommy didn't want to go up there either, because I don't think I'd go up to somebody's room if they called me like a dirty.
They called me the
dirty
C word 100 times in 3 minutes. Yeah.
So she wasn't having it. So she didn't want to go up. Rob didn't want to go up.
Crossbody man purse.
It's like a crossbody.
We call it a merce. It's a merce.
I know. A crossbody bag is like
it's a satchel.
Yeah, like it's like a small messenger bag, and that matched his jacket. Now I'm going to tell you a surprising fact about Rob Saul. He has size. He's 5'7".
Whoa, stop. He has size.
Size something. I'm going to tell you.
Deb, are you a size? I didn't know you were a size queen, Deb.
No.
I'm learning something new every day here.
No. I'll tell you about the size. I'm not talking about what you all think.
Clip it.
Let
me tell you about Rob's size.
He's 5'7". I'm 5'5". Now, Chad thought I was taller than him, but when I saw Rob, I was kind of up on the bar stool and he was streaming, so I had to lean in.
So you had like one leg up on the bar stool?
You know how you are, like he was standing and he's got the phone and I'm like leaning in, so I'm up more. So okay. I look taller than him in that particular thing, but he is 5'7". I'm 5'5", but he has size 13 feet.
Hear that, ladies? Rob's rocking the size 13s, baby.
And I think
actually that's the wrong sound effect. Yeah, that's. Congrats, Rob. Size 13s, man. Wow, I got size 10s, and I thought I was doing okay because I'd say I'm definitely taller than Rob by 1 or 2. I'm not that much taller than him, but
right.
But I'm only rocking size 10s. But wow, Rob Saul.
Yeah.
So what does he brag about that? He's like, oh, what?
He said, no, we were just in a conversation and he was just saying like, kind of, it's like an odd thing because the feet are so big for, his stature. And I think I had said on Pat Dixon's show, oh, he must have a big hog or something. I said something stupid like that. But, Peter Sky Parker was there as well. And I don't think I got to see him. But he was there, and I didn't get to see Snorcerer, and he was there, but I did get a foam finger. It's back there.
You didn't get to see Snorcerer's big blind spot, the Dave Sarah in the back. Did you hear
no,
about
but
that?
One of the chatters is now Sorcerer's bald spot, so I didn't know he had a Dave Sarah. A Dave Sarah going.
I think it was Melton was doing a video thing, and he was like scanning the crowd, and he purposely kept the camera on the back of Sorcerer's head for like 10 seconds.
Okay.
And it has like a Dave Sarah thing going on, like he's got the hair pulled back over. Dave wants to kill me because I keep bringing up his hair.
You know what? I'm going to say one thing about Dave Sarah's hair. If you're going to go bald, go that way. He's got really great hair from the front.
He's got a great hairline, but much better hairline than I have.
He's got a better hairline than most people. So anyway, Rob and I have squashed our beef forevermore. People,
Was anybody throwing game? Did you catch anybody like any flirting, any
that
sort
I'm
of
aware, not that I'm
drama,
aware of.
gossip?
I wasn't in any rooms, and I had told you, Dan, that if anybody was going to go into like rooms and podcasts, I wasn't about that. I didn't come there to spend time in rooms. So I didn't do any of that.
So there's no hot gossip that you can share that people don't know about. There was not. It seemed like it was kind of a not. I don't want to say a dud weekend, but it didn't seem like there was anything like too scandalous. Like there were reports that people did coke, but they always do coke at these things. So and you're an AC. Like I'd be disappointed if people weren't doing some extracurriculars up in the rooms, but no like hookups, no like secret little rendezvous, nothing like that.
No, not that I'm aware of, so no stuttering John. Vince, the lawyer, was there, but I didn't interact with him. He was like walking somewhere. I just happened to catch him. I'm not involved in all that.
He says that you might have hooked. He said he heard rumors that you hooked up with Rob, that you went back with Rob went back.
You know what? Vince, the lawyer, is such a little sneaky troll. I just roll my eyes. He's not even on my radar to deal with, but
So let's talk about. Can we talk about Kevin's soundboard a little bit?
Oh, so I met them, and when I was giving out the merch, I met the Tarnished Maiden, and I met Kevin's soundboard, and they, everything was fine. I called him Shuli, of course. I mean, that's not really original.
You heard Deb did coke off Rob's tits.
No, I did coke off Mommy's tits and Rob's feet. How's
So that's why I can't go to these events, because then I'm going to end up, somebody's going to be like, oh yeah, do a line off of I don't know, something, and then it's like, how am I going to explain that? So these pictures of you with this short Puerto Rican woman, and you're doing coke. It's like, I think I'll pass on that.
I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed. I don't do coke, and I don't care if people smoke weed or what they do themselves.
It sounds like there was some weed smoking going on.
I think weed smoking was the big one, because somebody said, Shmuel said the room smelled like men, I guess like a locker room.
Smelled like weed
men
and
weed
BO.
and men. Yeah. And
so if you were hanging out in KB's room, there was the air, there was marijuana in the air, there was smelly guys on the bed.
Smelly guys, yeah.
Like a locker room.
I just want to say the people I didn't get to meet, I really regret not meeting everybody. I did want to meet. Teamster Tim was a top one on my list, and sorry I missed him, but I couldn't leave the sports bar because of the Super Bowl. I got there in the afternoon. I was lucky to get a seat at the bar, and I basically had to plant myself there. Somebody was trying to buy our seats. My friend was down there for a little while. We were playing video poker, and some guy wanted to buy our 2 seats for $100 each. And that wasn't enough.
Which reminds me, this is actually a good segue so I'm going to do a little self-promotion here, or actually promoting you. So you were down there in the bar. There's Mommy, and we got some footage of some very, very famous dabblers, as we might call them. So you were down there with Mommy, and then there's this is Fat Shuli, aka Kevin Soundboard.
Yeah.
And there's the lovely KB. I guess I can play this a little bit.
What we're saying.
The one problem is you weren't asking him any questions. So it was just like
stuff.
I had already met them. It was just kind of like a.
Yeah, I guess I'll give the.
Hey,
KB, how are you?
Looking
the Ray
good.
DeVito special.
Yeah.
We love him. Looking good. Looking fantastic.
There's Tar.
That's Tarn. That's
This is where.
There's Mommy.
Now
There she is.
the Eagles are about to win.
Who's this guy?
Big
Random
scores.
guy.
Mommy, Tarn, Lady KB.
Like you got a little badonka in there. Very nice. Good
That's
job, Deb.
me waving a
Hammer down
finger
little bit.
there.
Let's see what's going on.
So let's talk a little bit about Tarn and Kevin Soundboard. So they accused you of taking advantage of them?
Not they. He came in a little hot, okay? And he was upset because he thought that he was upset with us as a show because he had said he had always supported us which I knew he did. He'd always said nice things about us. So he was really kind of mad, and he thought that I had posted, or that he kind of was mad at you and mad at me by proxy, like I'm a co-conspirator. So he thought we posted pictures of Tarn on Discord, on Spurtopia.
Which is so funny because you know me, like I was on that Discord for maybe like 2 weeks, and then I'm like, I don't do Discord. I'm too old for Discord, so I am not on there. But yes, I do look at I lurk on Reddit a little bit, so I see what people are saying on like Hackverse and
Right, and I do
Shuli
too. I
Anonymous.
read it and stuff. Yeah,
And somebody made a video and they were comparing Tarnished Maiden's PFP or whatever you want to call it to like her in person. It wasn't even the worst picture. It was just kind of like just showed her face and she just looked different.
right.
And I you know, in a moment of weakness, I reposted that on Twitter. But this guy somehow got the idea that I created this whole meme and then I was like getting off on making fun of them and all
Right.
this
He
stuff.
said you would some things and he was mad. And I said, take it up with Dan. Yeah, we're not attached at the hip. If Dan did something to you, I'm sorry. I do understand and I did appreciate their support. And she's a doll. She's so cute and she's a sweetie. And she was visibly hurt. And it really broke my heart because she said how much she liked us. And she thought we were behind all this.
But you explained to them that I wasn't the lead conspirator here. I
wasn't
you
even
weren't sure
sure
though.
what you had even done, if anything. So I mean, I knew you had said he was fat Shuli. So I thought that was really the extent of it. And Reverend Billy, she is pretty. She's really pretty.
She seems like a nice person. And what did I say to you, Deb? I apologize 1,000
You
times.
did.
I feel bad. It was mean spirited to even repost that. I feel
Right.
bad because she seems
Right.
like a very nice person. How on the other hand though, I'm not going to apologize to Kevin Soundboard. Okay, like
Right. Okay.
he wants to do a show, and what else did he say? Tell the audience the other things he said about me in the show.
Oh, he said our numbers are going down, and that he looked at the one we did with Levy, which actually did pretty good numbers because I look at it, on the screen here. Actually, tonight's kind of down. I wish I had more juicy stories, but he said, "Oh well, your numbers going, your numbers are going down," and that was like his big thing about the numbers.
I just thought it's so funny that he's like, what, like he's paying so much, like your numbers are going down, our numbers are going up. Like I guess I'm in a radio war with Kevin Soundboard now of how many views my videos get. And
I don't care about the views. We like, whatever.
I'm just trying to get us remonetized. So I'm like
Right,
throwing stuff out.
right.
Like I had to take down. So and once again, not to defend myself, but I literally took down every video I had. And now I have to restart again and get the 4,000 hours or whatever. So I had videos that had a couple thousand views or whatever. And I took them down because YouTube didn't even tell me which videos were the problem. So whatever. But at the end of the day, what have I always said, Deb? It's not about the views. It's not about the super chats. It's just about causing, just having fun, getting into mischief. That's what it's all about.
Right.
So I'm
Funsters, the Funsters. We're the
Funsters. And I'm not doing like, yeah, I could play fucking steel toe clips all day long and do like Melton's thing, or I could do what Shuli does, and I could just play, I could do point dabble points, and I could have this, a bunch of guests and people that and I only have people on that laugh at me all the time, that laugh along with my jokes and do all that. I could do that. I don't want to do that. I want to just do my own thing. And if people follow, they follow. If they don't, they don't. But I just think it's funny that he was watching the views and he just seemed like he had a burr in his saddle. Like he just wanted to fucking kick my ass. But he never even says anything. He says to you.
Off. I mean, he was pissed off. I tried to smooth it, and I guess like that, he was really mad. I smoothed it over with Tarn. She's a doll. I think I smoothed it over with him. And I just, like I said, I did appreciate their support. I appreciate anybody that supports us and on other channels and in the chat room and everything like that. Because there's so many haters out there. It's nice to have people say positive things.
And I would echo that. And I even said the other night, even though I did dig into him a little bit, but I said afterwards, I support the smaller channels. Like, I'll be the first one to support you. In fact, if I do those $2 super chats, I'm going to start doing them more to like the smaller shows and not the bigger shows anymore. Like, I'd rather support people that are doing something different, that are on the come up. Kevin fucking Brennan doesn't need my $2. And by the way, what did I tell you? What I learned? Kevin blocked me. I can't do $2 super chats on MLC anymore. So
yeah, you told me that. Oh gosh,
he got a little butthurt over the nice podcast, stupid, snarky remarks. So I am officially blocked from super chatting MLC. So people were like, "Oh yeah, Dan, you said you never give him another buck." Well, now I can't give him another buck. So congratulations, Kevin. You won't be getting any more money from me. So you'll have to wait for Permaseal or whoever else, other pay pigs. Funny enough, I was doing a math equation today, Deb, as I was driving back from Walmart. So let's say Kevin Brennan makes $1,000 in super chats in a show, which that would be a good day for him now because the numbers are down as we talked about.
Right. Hey, we sound like Kevin's soundboard now. The numbers are down.
The numbers are down, KB. The numbers are down.
Melton's getting the best numbers, Dan, right now. Melton's doing great, and a lot of Kevin's chatters that would spend a lot of money are buying memberships on Melton's channel and they're chatting. So they're coming over. If they weren't already there, they're coming over to Patrick Melton's side. And I want to say Patrick Melton puts on a great show. I laugh all the time. I find it very entertaining. And he was a cool dude. How many
MLC chatters were over in watching the snipe stream from Melton today versus watching right on Kevin? They're all going over to there. Kevin, Melton's taking all your viewers away, dude. He had 200 plus more viewers live sniping you than you had on your own show. You were getting next to no super chats, hence why you shut the show down. And Melton was getting people making snarky remarks at you and getting memberships. Melton's kicking your ass, KB. Oh no, Melton. Oh no. Yeah, oh no is right, dude. And doing a little math equation, brother. Let's say you make $1,000 and you have a great night. Maybe it's a Friday night, $1,000 stream. How much does YouTube take away, Deb? What is it, 30%?
30%.
Okay, so that's $700 you make if you do 1,000, right? Now I'm just gonna go. Let's say it's a solo show. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's a solo show.
Right.
So okay, so $700, but that's not the net quite yet. If we're gonna be true net, really net is after taxes. He's in New York State. Okay. Taxes in New York, unless Trump comes along and figures a way to lower federal rates or get rid of them in the next couple months, you put it all together, New York, federal, state, I mean, you're looking pretty close to 50% tax rate all in. Right. So that $700 is really $350. And if Mrs. Brennan is hanging out in the smash pad and delivering papers, well, guess what? That $350 is now $175. Mm-hmm. So $1,000 night, which seems like a good night, you're netting $175. Oh no! And that's not even if you invite Ray or Liam or Snorcerer or Felicia, then cut it another 50% out of it or whatever. So Kevin, numbers, man. I at this point he probably should just throw in the towel. And it seems like he's thinking about it too. He's spiraling. The money is not there anymore. Like, what's the use? I mean, his marriage probably suffered from doing all this. I'm sure he doesn't give a lot of attention to his wife and kids if he's every day. Think about that. Every day at 4:00, you have to, I get it's a job at that point. Right. You have to be there every day at 4:00. He does no show prep, so I guess he has the whole day to ride his bike around Central Park or whatever he does. But it can't be good. And it can't be good for your psychology, your mental state to be like, wow, oh no, wow. And it just showed in AC. He's fighting with poker dealers. He's fighting with Carl's brother. He's fighting with police officers. Let's play in fact, let me put up the police thing.
Okay.
While we have this, because this you pointed this out to me. This is like, I'm embarrassed for him. with this, but he thinks it's funny. So let's play it.
Not a headache. I just feel not good.
Okay, here's your documents, and here's your four. Okay, here's your documents, and here's your four summonses. For speeding, careless driving, traveling in the left lane, and failing to obey the turnpike signs.
It's all the same.
There you go.
It's all the same ticket. Failing to obey the turnpike signs. Yeah, by speeding, and then being in the left
Zoom
lane.
Court's gonna be
that's
great
not
for
a
super
really
chats.
ticket. And
Turn on
I
the
already
super
talked to
chat
the
machine
cop,
for
and he said
Zoom Court.
they'll merge it into one, unless they get mouthy. And then also, what was the last one?
Okay, here's your documents, and here's your four summonses. For speeding, careless driving, traveling in the left lane.
Speeding, careless driving, the same thing. Traveling in the left lane. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's a real ticket. And then not.
Do we know that he's just like started recording this on his phone? Is that what this was, or
Yeah,
is this like a
talked
dashboard
about
cam?
it. No, he started recording it on his phone, and he didn't hold it up in the cop's face. He just had it like laying down. I guess we're looking at the floor, the dashboard. But he got pulled over. He got four citations. He thinks they're all the same thing. They're not. But then he started mouthing off to the cop, which is never a good idea.
Lane and failing to obey the turnpike signs.
Failing to obey the turnpike sign. They're all the same ticket. It's all the same crime. It's basically not even double jeopardy. It's quadruple jeopardy.
Okay, here's your documents, and here's your four summonses. For speeding, careless driving, traveling in the left lane.
Speeding, careless.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be bullshit too. I'd be pissed if I got kind of the quadruple.
Yeah, I
hit the grand slam on tickets.
Dan, would you be hassling the cop, or would you just go and just like get
never,
out of,
never in my life, never. I would. I mean, that just shows how privileged he thinks he is, or he is in fact, because I've been pulled over before. I've gotten tickets. I've got a DUI in my 20s, which I'm not proud of, but that happened. Never in my life have I ever mouthed off to a police officer. I've always been deferential. I don't want that smoke. You don't. To what end? Like, I get mouthing off to a dealer, although I think that's even almost more disrespectful and just lame to be like picking on someone who's a service worker. I mean, that's a whole nother story. But a police officer? Are you fucking kidding me? Like why would you ever want to do that? I don't get it. I think it's just. It shows that he's not that his mind is not right if he's doing stuff like this.
I always say you can judge somebody by how they treat people in the service industry.
Yes, 100%.
It's a good barometer of somebody's character. I mean,
if you see someone picking on a waitress, for instance,
for no reason, I should say. Sometimes you can get an asshole.
I mean, if she's a bitch, then that's one thing.
Right.
But yeah, picking on somebody, who's just doing their job is like, wow.
Yeah, Leo has a good point. He says he did something to piss off the trooper. That's why he threw the book at him. There's more to this video we haven't seen. And I agree with Leo.
Interesting.
Even
Leo, it's funny, like the turn, everybody's turning their back. Teamster Tim seems to be out of the KB business. Leo Gunn, I don't want to speak for Leo Gunn, but he's definitely soured on Ray. All these people that were like loyalists are starting to turn on some of the big name creative type people. I think people are getting kind of fed up with the holier than thou attitudes.
I don't know if Leo has turned. I think, he's had a close relationship with Kevin, but I mean, I think he's realistic how he views Kevin at times. But, Ray, it was fabulous. He was I'm sorry to jump around. Ray was the life of the party.
Okay. By the way, let me just clarify. Yes, I do. Leo Gunn is out of the Ray business, but still likes KB. So yes.
And I knew that, Leo. That's why I said that. But Leo may hate Ray, but I thought he was funny, and he was just like very sociable, and it was neat to meet him. And we got to give him a white hat because Mint borrowed the white hat, and so
we're gonna get Ray so much merch. I might get him a sweatshirt. I might get him a nice podcast sweatshirt. I want Ray promoting us on the Ray DeVito Rock Bottom podcast every chance he gets. So Ray, if you're watching, in fact, maybe I'll even DM him later. Well, actually, you know what's funny? When I was before the show, I was running late. I sent you a DM. I'm running late.
Right.
Guess who I accidentally DM'd saying I was running late?
Ray.
Ray DeVito. Because he had DM'd me earlier in the day. Hey, I'm going live at 12:35. Punks, you into it? And I was trying to DM you because you're usually at the
Right.
top of my DM list. And I was like, hey, running late. And then I realized 5 minutes later I had sent it to Ray DeVito.
It's worse when you do that if you're shit talking somebody. You know.
I know. At first, I was wondering if I said something like kind of like busting your chops or whatever. And I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
God. I don't want Ray to. Ray's a little sensitive. You don't want to. You got to. Me and Ray got a good little thing going right now. Probably because I sent him so many damn super chats. But we're gonna get Ray on the show, and I'd love to get Ray promoting a nice podcast. Stupid. Ray's. I say what you will about Ray. He works hard for his $2 super chats. I'll give him that. He is out there bustling and hustling. He is working hard. Shmuel, Deb is fantastic. We learned about your wagon, Shmuel. Thanks.
Yes,
good job bringing the
thank you.
beach wagon.
Thank you for lending me that. That came in handy. Shmuel is awesome. And I'm happy to pleasure to meet him. He was the first, aside from Fred from Brooklyn, he was the first person I met. And I think the last person I saw as well, because everybody had gone home by that time, and he was the last one to leave besides me. So
Speaking
Shmuel,
of menches,
you're awesome.
Shmuel is a mensch.
He's a mensch. That's right. That's right.
Careless driving. Yeah, I don't care. I could care less. How is that going to hurt me? If somebody has the body worn camera, that's fine. I could care less. I'm proud of myself.
Okay, here's your documents, and here's your.
Oh, the lovely
summonses.
Kayla in the chat. Hey, Kayla. Thanks for joining.
Careless driving.
Speeding and careless driving, the same thing.
Traveling the left.
What's that, Deb?
Oh, I had to put this up. Yeah. I got to put the self-promotion up. The nice one.
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you love it, Kayla. It was such a pleasure to meet you. You're so
Ray. You know, Ray. I like
I
Ray.
like Ray.
I'm a softie for Ray.
You know what? I'm kind of a softie for everyone. I hate to say it, but I mean, you know, I've
That's what people get wrong about us, Deb. They think, oh, Dan hates everybody. Dan doesn't like everybody. I'm really, at the end of the day, I'm a little bit acerbic, and I'm a little bit, I like to kind of, poke fun and satirize things, but I'm a softie at the end of the day. I like everybody. I don't really dislike anyone.
Hi, Vagina Wrinkle. I got to talk to her on the phone. She called Rob Saul, and I took his phone and gabbed to her. So that's it.
So is Vagina Wrinkle and Penis Wrinkle, are they together? Are they a couple?
Yeah.
Okay. I figured as much.
So Penis Wrinkle hates Rob, and Vagina Wrinkle loves Rob. So that makes for fun times. But they accept
Down the
it.
left lane's not a ticket.
Failing to obey the turnpike.
And failing to obey the turnpike signs, the same thing as speeding. This guy's a straight up clown.
Here you go. That's the turnpike sign. Contact the court.
And they threw the tickets at me, so I could sue him for that.
If any questions, at the bottom, there's the speed limit signs. You have a nice day, okay?
What's
You
your
need
name?
to slow it down. Trooper Canfield, badge number 8564, also at the bottom of every ticket.
How long
Okay.
you be on duty?
You have a
for?
nice day. I'm
How
not
long
answering
you been
any
on
more of your
duty for?
nonsensical
Why not?
questions.
Why not?
I don't have to answer that
Come
question.
on, Maka,
You have
you're a tough guy.
Yeah, you have a nice day.
Come
tough
on,
guy.
tough
Okay.
guy, bitch.
Have a good one.
Anytime, any place. Let's meet up.
You have a good one.
I can't even believe calling a police officer a bitch.
Wow.
That's just disrespectful. Yeah. There's got to be more.
He's lucky he's pink and not another shade.
Yes. Yeah. Not a melanated individual.
Right.
Someone who likes menthol cigarettes. It might be a problem. Someone who likes old English 40s.
There you go. That's an example of white privilege right there.
Let's meet up when you don't have your gun. When you're not a tough guy, right, bitch?
You have a good one.
You're a bitch.
Yeah, you have a good one, okay?
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
Wow.
Have a nice one, okay?
Okay.
Go fuck yourself to a cop. That takes fucking balls to do that.
Now I would have been like, okay, have you been drinking? step out of the car. Now I'm going to make him do all that shit.
What is a left lane? What does that even mean? Can somebody explain what a left lane ticket is? Is that like you passed in the left, or what does that even mean? I don't. You were driving. Oh, you're driving in the left lane and you weren't passing.
And he wasn't passing. He just was staying in the left lane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. You know that he's really trying to stick it to you and get you a left lane ticket.
Yeah.
If they gave out left lane tickets in Massachusetts, everyone would be getting left lane tickets like every day because that Massachusetts people are like serial left lane drivers.
I love the left lane. I've never gotten a left lane ticket.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm gonna go speed right now. You gonna catch me again?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, tough guy. You're a tough guy.
Wow, you're a tough guy.
So
no.
I guess I would say that went well. That went well. Guy's a bitch.
Shmuel, you're not wrong. Mass drivers could be the worst. Could be the worst.
No, Florida says hold my beer.
Florida drivers are bad too. I was down in Florida a lot this past, year or so, and they're pretty bad down there too.
It's like you've got all the worst drivers from all over the United States congregating, and
they're older, and they're aged,
and add in elderly, and they're just all bad, young and old. They're all bad, but you throw the elderly in there, and it's a nightmare. So
Florida has the worst drivers. Would you say?
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. It's I would say by me, but because that's where I drive all the time. It's like a video game. I could tell you some of the near misses I've had. Thank God I'm alert. You don't want to. Speaking of drinking and driving, you don't even want to drink and drive and be slightly impaired. You need to be on like head on a swivel for them.
So good stuff. I want to talk a little bit about Felicia. So have you been watching the Felicia streams now? So this is so funny. A lot of these former MLC co-hosts now are all trying to like do their thing. You got Liam. I caught Liam last night. He was replaying like old horror movies and old Hollywood things and just really restreaming them. It kind of feels like sort of maybe against the terms of service. I don't know that he's got the copyrights on these things, but whatever. I'm not going to bust his chops about it. I think everybody's trying to get like their hours up, right? Everybody's got the 500 subscribers, but they need their hours, right? So they're doing everything that they can. So you got Liam. Mr. Kill's doing video games, although Mr. Kill had I don't know if you saw his freak out the other day about because Chad now has the thumbs up to go to Hackamania, and Mr. Kill was all freaked out about. Anyway,
why does he care though? Why does Mr. Kill care about that?
Let me play that.
Let's see it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is actually worth seeing. This might be my favorite Doom clip of the week. Let me see if I can find it here. Doom, by the way, people are talking about clippers. Doom has been in fuego, and I'm not just saying because he clipped my show. By the way, I did not tell him, oh, hey, I'm going to go on a rant and clip me. Dude, I swear the guy has like eyes in the back of his head. Like if something is going down, this guy finds out about it. I don't know how he does it, to be honest. But yeah, he has been on fire. Okay, here we go. And he's got some new intros too, which are really funny. But this one's actually an old school intro. But this Mr. Kill, I thought had sobered up for a while, but I guess he's back on the sauce.
Your reputation precedes you. Wait till you crack and see what we do, you dweeb, you.
Cabo, we allow Chad to do Kumi as Cox and Haka too?
I think that's the play. I go to their event and I do my show and just making fun of Carl and Melton.
Wait, Chad's going to Hackamania?
Way to go to be hanging out with Melton, and you're probably
wait. Chad's going to be part of Hackamania. Yeah. Is that what I'm hearing here?
If I'm there and if I don't have to do anything, I'll go to like Brad Garrett's to do a guest set. I'll go to the Cellar to do a guest set.
You're not gonna. Once you go, you're in. They own you.
Wait. Why is Chad bending the knee to Melton?
No, they own you. Once they pay you,
I thought
can't just do whatever you want. Plus, everyone's going to call you a
I thought Chad did
not
like Melton.
Get money in advance, because then you're playing them, not the other way around.
I turned down $1,000 from.
Holy shit! I am fucking. I made a mistake. But there's also other things. Rob Saul saying shit about Kevin Burns' wife. I did not know that fucking happened. I did not know that.
By the way, I love his Game Boy T-shirt. For people who've heard my Game Boy story, I was one of the first people in the United States to have a Game Boy. That's like my little claim to fame. But I am a big 1989 Game Boy fan. I was a young 11-year-old boy when I had my Game Boy. So definitely.
How did you get it first? Is it a long story?
I can tell it real quick. So
Okay.
my dad used to do business in Japan, and one of his business partners from Japan came over and brought his son. And we went out to dinner in Boston at Legal Seafoods. And I gave him like a Red Sox hat, Red Sox t-shirt,
Right.
stuff like that. Because Japanese people fucking love baseball. So I gave him all this like Red Sox stuff. But the kid didn't have anything to give me.
Okay.
And if you know anything about Japanese culture and gift giving, you can't accept a gift if you don't give a gift back.
Right.
Like it's basically like you would shame your family. So this kid was living out of a suitcase. And he was playing the Game Boy. He had like this, it was literally had not come out in the United States yet. It was not available. You couldn't buy it in a store for like 6 months.
Right.
He had the Game Boy with him that he brought from Japan. And so his dad took him aside and kind of whispered something, and you could see the kid got mad. And then the father took him out again and was scolding him, like screaming at him, like basically saying, like, if you don't give him this Game Boy, you will shame our family.
Right.
He comes back all sheepish and like hands over and like goes out and like to me with his Game Boy and like reaches out to me and has his head down. And I'm like, and I'm trying to like, I can't speak Japanese. I'm like, dude, no, I don't want your Game Boy. Please keep your Game Boy. You're, I mean, he's in the United States. He can't speak English. Keep your Game Boy. Play with it. It's a 12-year-old kid. And he just shook his head. He's like, take the Game Boy. You got to take it. And I was like, fuck. So I reluctantly took it, but I was like the coolest kid that summer because I was the only person like had a Game Boy.
Cool.
So I love Game Boy. So that's my Game Boy story. But Mr. Kill this guy loves video games. He is a big video game guy.
That fucking happened. I thought Rob Saul was going to pay me. Apparently there's clips where I was just kind of like, I don't know, being nice or whatever. But when I woke up the next morning, I thought I was getting paid. I thought I was getting paid when I woke up the next morning. Oh, fuck me with the fucking liquor and all that shit. No, you
imagine like, and somebody brought this up in the chat. Imagine feeling like you have to like run every decision in your online life by Kevin Brennan. Like you got to get KB's permission to do stuff. Fuck that. Like, I mean, and that's what Kevin surrounds himself with, people that have to feel like they got to kiss the ring, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that are in KB's thing, let's go to Felicia.
Okay.
Have you been watching the Felicia tapes? Have you been watching what she's been up to?
I've seen some of them. I call it the Hobo Roadshow. The whole series.
Yeah. So apparently she's been on the road a little bit. So it started a couple of weeks ago. Let me play one of the first ones. If you watch enough of these Felicia videos, you realize she really loves this camouflage jacket she seems to wear everywhere. So she living in an RV.
That one I saw, the camper one. There was another one she did where it was an empty room and she wasn't even in the room. It was just running. And then there was one she's driving in a car and she's got like all her belongings. So whatever ones you think are, I never saw this one.
Yeah, she is definitely living out of a car. She says people asked her the other night, do you ever sleep in your car? She said, I've only slept in my car one time and it was a nap. But she's been like driving I think she's couch surfing. I think she's going from one place to the next. She always has, if you look in the back, you can almost see it right here. Like sort of like what Ray DeVito had, like the big plastic container with the clothes.
Yeah,
and laundry and
the bin. Yeah, the plastic Rubbermaid bin. Yep.
I guess that must be a thing. Like you travel with the Rubbermaid bin. So she just turns it on. By the way, for those at home, you really shouldn't be videotaping yourself. I think this is illegal actually to be streaming from your dashboard like this, but
especially in the left lane.
Yeah. So then now she's living in this rental house. And this is, she just puts she will set up the cam and just sit there. This is a 6-hour long video.
Is she in it or it's just looking at balloons?
Well, she's got like a music soundtrack going, and then she moves the camera, and every once in a while she'll do like a little appearance. So let's see like what she says here.
Can you hear me, everyone? Let me know how the volume is while I load this motherfucker.
People at home, this is what happens when you're a 38-year-old woman who's never been married.
She's 40.
Is she 40?
Yeah.
No kids, never been married, still obsessed with your boyfriend from 2 years ago. You're living in an unfurnished house and you're shooting Nerf guns and you have balloons.
She's practicing. All those balloons say
stealing my identity.
Those balloons probably all say Pat and Taz.
Pat and Taz. Yeah, she's got how many Pat balloons? How many Taz balloons can I shoot?
Let me know if I'm too loud or if I'm not loud enough. Let me know.
All right, so she's got balloon cam. Let's see if there's anything else good in this.
Does she shoot them? I want to see like if she looks violent. Like I want to look in her eyes.
And then look at who makes an appearance.
Tom
Myers.
Hush, hush, right? For extra money on the side hustle.
By the way, Tom, if you're watching, I love the yellow glasses. I don't know if that's like shooting glasses or what the deal is. But now so all these like random comedians make appearances on her show.
From what I've heard, I think that's the way things go in certain jurisdictions. I wouldn't know anything about that. I just know certain hypothetical friends of mine have told me that. But
so you also go to
Hello, Havre de Grace. So she's banging the owner of the house, Shmuel says, which that would make sense. I don't. So is she like house sitting for him, or there seems to be no furnishing in the house? I'm going to show the video from last night because I actually got in the chat and I asked her questions. So
did she respond?
Yeah, she didn't know it was the Dan man. She thought it was some other stranger. So I asked her some interesting questions. But let's just see. Then she interviews who's this? Mead.
I know him. Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah, that's Matt Mead.
Matt Mead.
He's a friend with Stancil and Ski Mask. He used to put on. He used to do the secret show comedy in New York area.
Oh, okay. Secret show. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Empty Rental. Then there's some other ones.
Melton went over the old car videos. He's already broken those down.
This was an interesting
Where
one.
are you right now?
So she was interviewing this guy who lives in a bus. This, I think, was actually from when this is from a couple of weeks when she was still in the RV. So let me see if there's anything interesting here. And then I'm going to play last night's video because she has kind of an interesting thing there.
Fucking with you.
What do you mean?
Well, what if we have an altercation? What happens then?
Well, I don't imagine we would have one. What would I mean?
Matt Mead,
why would we
nice.
Have an altercation?
Oh yeah, I heard that. That's right.
I'm trying to think of a scenario under which we would have an altercation.
Why are people putting it in her? Well, I don't know. So maybe you don't want to ask the question.
Like, give me some extra ketchup.
She likes it.
All right. And then they don't get the extra ketchup. And I'm like, we got to go back for the extra ketchup. I need this extra ketchup. This is one thing that's going to make my trip easier. And you're like, no, we're not doing the extra ketchup. We need to get on the road. The sun's going to set. I don't want to drive in the dark. And that it could start from there and just snowball.
You don't know me because I don't argue with people. I mean, I just don't. If you said go back and get the extra ketchup, I'd go back and get the extra ketchup.
So it's just this really just weird conversation with a guy driving a bus that says that he will drive her through the desert because she's scared to drive in the desert. Anti-Defamation League. Never forget, this lunatic is the one who reported Pat Dixon's channel and got Ray banned from his gym. She deserves to be shunned like a divorced adulteress in the 1800s. Okay, Anti-Defamation League. We definitely don't want to
don't mess with
rub
them.
you the wrong way. We don't want to rub the ADL the wrong way here. We're pro ADL. This is also a good one from the other day. She's eating pizza and walking around in this unfurnished house. This is the one that like felt
Today he
like
cocked the room.
that it was like a murder. This is the one that really felt like it was a murder house to me. Like there's like when she first got to the house, there was nothing going on. Now there's like these like little things that are pop up around the house, like they're working on it. But it
Right.
almost looks like this feels like, you know, American Psycho, where, you know, it's like here, how's your reservation at Dorsia now, Paul?
See,
Very,
cocked
very murder
Yeah.
vibes going on in this house.
all around there. What the fuck does he do all day? He's here all day. He leaves the blinds up too, like a psycho. I think he cocked, yeah, and he cocked the living room. I think he did that the other day. He left this stuff here. I don't touch his stuff. He did all this.
Yeah,
The
that's
Jackson
his,
Pollock of cock.
that's his job.
It's his job. He's working on the house.
It's probably
What's he
going to be
doing? He's
yeah.
caulking things.
The Jackson Pollock of caulking.
He's caulking the drywall. He's the Basquiat of carpentry.
Cock.
Cock.
The Pollock of cock. The cock Pollock. He's the cock Pollock. Is this a good job? I don't even know. Why is this black right here? And then he did a bunch of stuff down there. And then he swept it up and left it.
What does she care? She's probably, you know, he's in the middle of doing a
didn't get to
job.
this yet.
This is what she's doing with her life. She's living in an unfurnished house and criticizing the drywall. Oh my God, he didn't caulk this hole yet.
Here's a good comment.
The face you see when you wake up tied to a chair with the distinct smell of chloroform in your nostrils. The lovely, you see these. Look at their eye. Like there's like nothing behind those eyes. I don't want to pick on her looks too much, but these videos are very, very weird.
He didn't get to this yet.
It's not your house. What do you care?
And he did something here, some stuff here, and here, and here, up there. This is all going to be painted. And then, what is it? Look at this. I don't know if you can see, but like there's all over, but then this is not, didn't get done. Can you see that? Wait, let me see if you can. There, see those holes? You go all the way across. So he didn't get to any of that.
Dan.
But he did stuff down here. And then look at this.
I could see this video if this was her house and she paid for a contractor to come in and he took off with her money and she's pointing out all the flaws. But this is a place you have probably a sleeping bag or an air mattress that somebody's letting you crash in while he's having it renovated to put up for sale or what have you. Like that's a crazy level of obsession with something that isn't your concern one bit.
Yeah, and if you were like telling jokes or something, maybe like she's not even really like telling a joke. It's just very weird observation. So it's almost like a meta humor. I think she's trying to like an alternative humor. I think that's what she's going for.
I don't know what it is. What is she doing?
Tarnish said AC is not canceled.
Oh, she's reading the chat. Okay.
Oh, she's reading chat.
Oh, this is a great one. Danny
Danny
Brand,
Brand.
all grown up. Yes,
Yep.
Danny Brand was nuts.
All right, so now
What's Kevin angry about? I'll watch the clip.
So she's getting hungry. So let's see what.
That's a big slice of pizza, Joey.
I should have asked her what her favorite Primanti Brothers sandwiches. She's from Pittsburgh, so she definitely has a favorite. This girl likes to eat. She's a very well-fed gal. Corn-fed
I left
even.
it in too long. See, I don't like my pizza brown like that. If I burn it, I burn the pizza. Oh.
So, Deb, sometimes when you stare into the abyss stares back into you a little bit.
Yeah. I'm a Pat fan, but he really does like the crazies. Dominic, you are right. He's got a type, that's for sure.
All right, so she eats her pizza. Is there anything else in this one that's worth? Okay, then she moves over to the laundry. By the way, I love the way that this is set up. The laundry is like right next to the oven.
Yeah, that's
is that normal? Is that, I guess maybe like in smaller houses
Europe,
do that?
In small houses, and it's in Europe, that's how they have it, because the spaces, the apartments, or what they call flats, are very small. So that you see that a lot, like in England and different European countries. You don't see it as much here. You might see it in an apartment, but I have to talk to the bubbler. This is my
your
third
favorite.
I love Deb chat. If she doesn't say hi to me, I'm going to send calves and feet pics to Felicia. Don't you dare. Hello,
How
bubbler.
dare you, bubbler?
Bubbler. He was an original person in our chat.
He's an original Deb fan. Loves the feet.
Loves the feet pit. Loves the feet streams. Loves the well.
You too can see Deb's feet via Venmo at Deb LVP. PayPal, Rumble Rants, Kiki Bucks.
Kiki Bucks.
I got rid of it.
I think she's reading the chat. I think. All right, there's not much going on, but let me go. Last but not least, I want to go to last night's video, because last night's video was interesting at the end. Let's see if I can find it. Please tell me she didn't take it down. Okay, this is it.
Like so eerily quiet.
Do you know who Brian Netzel is?
No.
So she was interviewing this Brian Netzel guy to start out the show. This was a 2.5 hour stream, I think late yesterday. So she's in that. So this is now they're doing more like painting, or Jackson Pollocking, I guess, as she likes to call it, in the other room. So she's got the so she has a camera set up that just looks the other room. There's her in this kitchen area with the thing in the background, and then she starts interviewing this Brian Netzel guy. But I want to fast forward to later on. So Brian drops off, then it's just Felicia talking to the cam for like an hour, and people are in chat asking her stuff. I popped in around the 2 hour mark, I think. So let's start right around here.
I'm probably going to do a set. What is it, Wednesday? Okay, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a set tomorrow. Probably like 3 sets, at least 2 sets tomorrow. Because I'll have shows the following week. And here's the thing, though. I would love to live stream it and have all you guys watch, but it's going to be brand new material. And I don't want anybody criticizing it except for the audience that I'm doing it.
Let me just interrupt. Ray DeVito says, "Yep, might have to sub to Felicia." I encourage everyone, sub to Felicia, set up the alerts to get alerted. And if you're bored at like 10 o'clock at night, she starts going live, and these stream of consciousness things. It's ASMR mixed with I like to call it the girlfriend experience. In fact, I ask her this. It's like a girlfriend simulator. It's like you're dating Felicia, the way she talks to you. That could be a good thing or a bad thing, but it's absolutely it's definitely entertaining. I every time I turn this on, I am definitely entertained for at least 15 to 20 minutes if I'm bored.
In front of, because I need to let it
I need to let it simmer and grow and see what I can do with it. You suck. You suck. I agree. I think this sucks. If you want to, well, did you see the Brian Nessel interview? Did you think that sucked? Because if you think that sucked, then I don't know. What are you doing here? You could literally watch anything else on the internet.
Is she drinking?
It's the internet.
I'm trying to see. She's got a can.
Do you know?
It feels like she's drinking, but
She feels like, I feel like she's like on something, or she's a little buzzed.
yeah, I don't know if she's getting like maybe like a Xanax, or I don't know. I don't know the difference. People know benzos and stuff better than I do. I've never been a pill guy, so I don't know any of this stuff. But it does feel like she's got some sort of, something that's making her happy stuff. Goofballs.
Know what WWW stands for? World Wide Web.
Wizard.
You can go anywhere.
Worldwide wizard.
Anywhere. And then when I put something on here that is good, you'll watch it. This is bad and you're watching it.
Just doing a little penguin walk. What is she doing? Can someone identify what she's drinking? Almost looks like a spritzer or something, or a
One of the, like
colada.
a high noon or something.
See, I don't know. Yeah, I don't care though. That's the thing, is I don't care. Do you know how many people are doing streams online that are worse than what I'm doing? Like worse.
There are definitely worse streams than this. Felicia, I agree with you 100%. You are not the worst stream out there. You are nothing if not entertaining. By the way, I've come around completely on Felicia. I know Deb, and we talked about this. I was a little mean-spirited with some of the super chats and things, and I was calling her names and kind of trying to agitate her. I've come around. I'm Team Felicia, not anti-Pat Team Felicia, but I'm sympathetic, let's say, to Felicia. I'm sympathetic to, I call this her eat, pray, love phase, where she's finding herself, right? She's traveling the country, and people are saying she's in Marietta, Georgia. That's where the Melton people are saying that she is. I don't know how they figure that out, but let me just fast forward 1 minute, because this is when she starts answering my questions.
Yeah, I think there's a leak in here. I feel like I hear water dripping onto the floor. Don't you guys have somewhere to be? Where do you guys have to be?
Felicia has never been on our show. I'm pretty sure about that. By the way, Deb, you want to put in a plug for Comedy Stew? You're cross streaming to Comedy Stew, right?
I am. I'm doing the same thing she's doing. I'm trying to build up time lazily, I guess.
Let me. Do I have? Yeah. Okay. So for those that are watching, I should have put this up before.
Okay.
Check out Deb on X at x.com. Deb LVP. More importantly, though, Comedy Stew, or is it The Comedy Stew? The Comedy Stew. So if you search for The Comedy Stew.
At The Comedy Stew.
At The Comedy Stew.
The only thing up there, because I've been very lazy and I really just like coming on other people's shows so much. I haven't really put anything on there. I've been simulcasting this, but if you guys could subscribe, that would help me out, because I did try to live stream from Atlantic City, and apparently I need more than 6 people.
Okay. Yeah, we got to get more viewers. So we'll continue to to promote that, but please
Okay.
check out Deb at DebLVP on Twitter, and then at The Comedy Stew on YouTube. All right, we're just gonna play a few more seconds here, and then we'll put a bow on this.
Okay.
This is nothing like a girlfriend simulator. Are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Have you ever had a girlfriend?
All right.
Felicia Gillespie, the girlfriend experience. That's what you should call this stream.
No, I'm not into vans. I mean, if it was like a nice van, did you guys see Tom Green's van? Once COVID happened, Tom Green got a van, and he bought a van and a dog, and then he bought some drones, maybe just one drone, and then he went out and he filmed a bunch of stuff on the road. And now that's over, and now he has a donkey. So Tom Green has been doing some odd things.
Are we gonna watch The Shining later, Deb?
Yeah, that's
All
what
work,
I feel
no
like.
play makes Felicia a dull girl.
Uh,
There you go. At youtube.com at The Comedy Stew. Please like, share, subscribe, follow Deb, support Deb. We'll get some streams going over there. You're gonna get some comedians too, right? Or what's your goal with that show?
To have comedians on, different comedians, local here and some national ones too. I have a lot of interviews. I might upload the recordings, also audio interviews with people like Sam Morrell,
Jimmy Norton, right?
Yeah. I have
Nice.
years worth of interviews.
What's in the box?
Yeah, I guess I don't have as much to say tonight. Sorry. You guys are the ones who are here. Blame yourselves, really. I mean, take accountability for your taste in live streams. What's in the fridge? You got here late. I covered it. Man.
I had to ask her that.
There's frozen burritos in the freezer. Ooh, I also have frozen waffles.
I think these like live kind of in real life streams are fascinating. Not just hers, but anybody that does. Like there's a guy, anybody familiar with the Iron Patriot? He's another weird duck. He's obsessed with Tony Hinchcliffe and Kill Tony, and he used to be a part of the show. His name's Jeff Crabtree. He's a real weird guy, and he does these hours and hours live stream. He sings karaoke. He drives for Uber, so he'll drive around California. Lives in LA. Films himself driving around. Films himself sleeping. It's like bizarre, but you can't look away.
So, Deb, what do you think we should cover next week? What are some other topics you think we should get to next week?
I mean, we have to kind of see. We kind of have to see how the week plays out. I'd like to maybe we'll take a break from Hackverse stuff and dip in the well, see who could maybe bring somebody on. I'm not sure. You got anything in mind?
It's a good question. I think we gotta get a guest. Who are some guests that you'd really like to get for the show?
Pat Dixon.
Okay. Who else?
Hey, yo, what up? This Tyrone.
Fuck off.